Now is a critical time for coral reefs. They are teetering on the edge of survival, and we are at fault. Global warming threatens fragile reefs already at risk from local stresses, such as overfishing and pollution. Many ecosystems are indicators of how climate change is affecting the planet. Tropical ecosystems like coral reefs are already showing signs of degradation due to global warming. Coral reefs are being lost faster than rainforests. The loss of coral colour that occurs as a result of global warming is easy to observe. This is a clear warning sign for our reefs.
Coral reefs have essentially been the canary in the coal mine. The only trouble is that the canary is really in desperate trouble. It may not survive if we come out of the mine. It's a rather serious thing to risk. I mean, the miners took a canary down because it was an inexpensive little bird that you could test the air in the coal mine. Here we're taking the most populous and biodiverse ecosystem in the sea. It's got over 1 million species. We only know about 30% of them. And we're taking that and using that as our canary? That's not very smart.
Coral reefs feed, protect, and provide livelihood for hundreds of millions of people around the world. They create homes for billions of fish and other animals, buffer coastlines from the ravages of storms, and provide rich economic opportunity through tourism and fishing.
I think the more people we get out there to see the reefs, the more people we get involved in these ecosystems, then the more ownership people have of them, and that they will then advocate more for the reefs. And once we get a groundswell of people advocating for the reefs, then I think we'll be in a much better position to, again, to guard against these impending threats.
It's a very energizing experience. You just go and you enjoy being in that environment, you enjoy being on those reefs with people, and you think, wow, I've got to keep working, I've got to keep doing this. And I think maybe the best inspiration you can have is to be in the environment of a reef itself.
Reefs have a massive economic benefit to humanity, estimated at more than $25 billion a year. Reefs are the dynamic centres of the most concentrated biodiversity on Earth. Losing coral reefs would rob the world of one of nature's most precious and valuable gifts.
In 2002, 90% of all reefs on the Great Barrier Reef bleached. And that just shows the global scale of what we're looking at.
That hard coral that bleaches and dies, once the foundation is lost, then the whole system will change. And it might not change forever, but it might change for the lifetime of our kids and their kids and the kids beyond that.
People have been doing reef science for over 50 years, and many people argue, I think with some justification, that do we really need more science to do a better job of managing reefs? No, we don't. If we could only implement some of the obvious things to do, so reduce the amount of sediments coming into the system, reduce the amount of nutrient pollution, having proper sewage facilities will be a big help, reduce the overexploitation of reef fish, particularly parrotfish, but also predators of sea urchins. If we could actually do those things, that could have a really significant benefit to the health of reefs.
If you look at coral reef degradation around the world, you get a peak in degradation around human population centers. And so to us, that means that global climate change, yeah, it's going to have an effect, but really the main effects are coming from those local stressors.
Talking to people who make their livelihood from reefs, when they're given the facts of how reefs work, the decisions are fairly obvious. They don't need to be told what to do. It's straightforward. So it is remarkable sometimes to see the behaviour people are willing to go when given the right information.
There is hope that there are tangible things that we can do, and if we do them, not only will we be helping reefs to confront the threats that they're mainly existing under right now, but that will also help them to confront later on the destructive elements of climate change, which are surely to come.
We have a real chance to protect our reefs, but the opportunity we have for effective action is narrowing. We need to act now for the future of our reefs. Coral Watch gives you the opportunity to get involved. Visit www.coralwatch.org. You can make a difference.